Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you've been enjoying the content lately. We've been pumping out heaps of videos in the short period of time that I've had some time away from work, so hopefully you have been enjoying those, guys. So I appreciate everyone that's liked the videos and subscribed. Let's get straight into it though. It's a big weekend of Premier League action. Sorry if I'm out of breath during this video. I'm going to try and slow down a little bit here, but obviously I'm out and about on a walk. But first big game this week is Liverpool and Arsenal. Absolutely massive game for Liverpool this week. Could not get any bigger. We've got Arsenal and we've got Manchester City in the next two. We need 6 points. We are that far back off the title at the moment. It's going to be a big battle between attack and defence. Our defence has been dreadful. Arsenal's hasn't been bad. We've been scoring goals though, but so have Arsenal. Are we going to be able to contain Gabriel Jesus? Are we going to be able to contain Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, Odegaard? There's plenty of options for Arsenal for us to worry about, but who knows? You never know. We've got a good team. We're pretty well fit at the moment as well. We've got plenty of options up front. I think we should be okay to at least score 2 or 3, but who knows? We'll see how we go. I'm expecting a draw probably. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a 2-2 draw. I think there's definitely a possibility of Arsenal getting a win in this game though. They've got plenty of good quality. They're in great form. They've got goals from their midfield, which is something we've been talking about for a long time that they've been lacking. Between Xhaka and Partey, there's definitely goals there. Saliba's popped up with goals from the back as well. Although I really think we can get a draw out of this game, it definitely wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal managed to get a win, which wouldn't be ideal for Liverpool's situation, but that sums up where we are currently. It's definitely something we need to work on. So we'll move on to the next game, which is Man City and Southampton. Now this is a big one for me. Man City are just ticking. They've, a day of recording, they've put 5 past Copenhagen. Erling Haaland with another 2 goals off at half time, which means he's going to be well rested at the moment. So I see a world where he probably scores another hat-trick this week as well. Whether it's Haaland, whether it's potentially Mahrez getting a start, or Phil Foden. There's just so many goals in this team. Kevin De Bruyne's unbelievable at unlocking defences. He's just playing on another level at the moment too. He's just absolutely fantastic. Sorry if I keep switching my arm up as well, but Man City, you know, are going to at least win by 4, I think, in this game, to be perfectly honest, because they're just flying. They're just, I don't know, they're just not going to draw. They're not going to lose the title. They're just playing that well at the moment. It's just beyond a joke how good they are. Southampton though, last week obviously went 1-0 up against Everton and couldn't hold on. So whether they're able to put a performance in, you never know, but I just don't think things are looking good for Southampton. They're going to be in a relegation battle for the majority of the season. And speaking of Everton, they take on Manchester United in an absolutely massive game this weekend. Everton extremely underrated at the moment. They've only conceded a maximum of 1 goal, I believe, across all their games so far this season, with a couple clean sheets as well. You take that all day long if you're Frank Lampard and Everton. Goals have been a bit of a problem this season, but Dwight McNeil scored his first of the season at the weekend against Southampton. Manchester United obviously coming off of a big loss. Now, the one thing we haven't seen from Man United is play well in the games where they're up against it, and I think that's their big problem, or their big conundrum at the moment, is their ability to actually control games and control possession of the ball. So I think there's definitely a world where Everton nick a draw, or potentially even nick all 3 points, because Man United are just struggling so much to create opportunities unless they've been on the break, and Everton's defence really doesn't look like being broken. So I think there's definitely a world where it's a 1-1 or even a 1-0 to Everton. So let me know in the comments if you're a Man United supporter about how you think your team is going to go this week, because I really don't see a world where United win. I know that's probably a harsh thing to say, because prior to their long break, because of a few cancellations and international break, they were looking really good, but you know, they still weren't winning convincingly in the majority of those games. They still, you know, relied on counter-attack goals and quick movement, which just wasn't there against Man City. So let me know in the comments. The last game I really want to touch base on and really go a bit deeper into as I descend down a bit of a hill here is the Brighton Tottenham game. Now this is a big game, and I've emphasised it because Brighton in some really good form to start the season at the moment, and I think if they can get a result here against Spurs, then they can really start to mount a push towards Europe. I know we're only 9 games in, I think Brighton have only played 8 or 7, but they're really starting to push to show that they're ready for a European push. They looked really good against Liverpool. Granted, they went 2-0 up and 3-2 down, which is quite uncharacteristic of this Brighton side. Normally when they've got a lead, they don't throw it away, but it shows the character of this team to do really well. Trossard obviously scoring a hat-trick at the weekend is massive for his confidence. I thought Solly March once again added another real big performance, so I'm expecting Brighton to really turn up and give Spurs a good game, which will actually play into Spurs' hands a little bit, because we do know Spurs like sitting on the break. Obviously no Emerson Royale for a couple of weeks with a straight red card, but when you've got Son, Kane, Richarlison, Bentancur, there's some really good attacking options there. There's definitely goals in this game, but I'm leaning towards a 3-2 Brighton win, because I just think Brighton have all the pieces ready to go. The last game I think that's got any real relevance this weekend, or that I'll be watching with any interest, will be Chelsea against Wolves. Just want to see how Graham Potter takes Chelsea. They've obviously had a big result, we spoke about it on the channel already, big result against AC Milan. I just want to see if Reece James can really keep playing at that level, because when he plays at that level, he's just next level. He's just one of the best right backs in the world, and when they've got Aubameyang, they've got other players up front as well that just can get the job done, then it's not going to surprise me if Chelsea will roll through this game easily. Wolves still at this point haven't announced a manager, so they're in a bit shambles, but it is what it is, and I think we'll see Chelsea get a big result. And that is a wrap for my previews for this week. Make sure you get in the comments and let me know how you think this week's going to go. Sorry if I've sounded out of breath for this whole video. I'm just getting adjusted at the moment to walking and talking and all the rest of it, so I'll try and get a little bit more proficient with it over the next few weeks. But let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon for another video.